Hello everyone, and welcome back to another JFV channel update. I am here at the Keeper of the Plains here in the heart of Wichita, Kansas. And it's been a while. It has been a while since I've done a channel update, at least on the channel. I have done a few updates on the Facebook page. If you have a Facebook and you have not followed or liked James Fermin videos on Facebook, I invite you to do so. You can also find me on Twitter. So the season is winding down. It has been a very long, exciting, and exhausting year, to say the least. Between working full-time, getting uploads, going to different tracks, this year has taken a toll on me, which explains the lack of the channel updates for the YouTube channel. And I am sorry about that. I will be doing better next year, so expect that. So next year has been confirmed. The Waste will be returning as the title sponsor of James Fermin videos. If you live in Wichita, you may have saw the news that Waste was sold. That will not affect the channel. That will not affect me. Actually, the cars that are sponsored by Waste will still carry the Waste logo and sponsorship, so nothing is changing. I cannot thank Waste enough for what they have done. Dave Gajero really is a stand-up guy, and I cannot thank him enough for everything that he's done. Like I said, the season is winding down. We have 2 races left to record, both at 81 Speedway with the USMTS. It'll be next week, actually. November 15th and the 16th will be the USMTS Chisholm Trail Showdown. The B mods will be there, and all classes of B mods are invited to that. And then that's on Friday. And then on Saturday, it wraps everything up with the USMTS, the Grant Young Hands Memorial Race, which is usually at Lakeside Speedway in Kansas City. But with all the issues that Lakeside has had with the weather, flooding out multiple times this year, they moved that to 81 Speedway. And it's going to be amazing to finally get to see that race. Next year, Lakeside may be one of the tracks that will hit up next year. So we'll keep that open. As for next year, 81 Speedway is going to continue to be my my primary track to record at. Also, if you live in the Wichita area, you may have heard the news that 81 Speedway is selling. That sale is to finalize at the end of November, which is in a couple weeks. And a racer and a businessman here in Wichita, who races out at 81 Speedway, is taking over the track, and another racer, I believe, is promoting the track. So some things happening next year. But I do want to take the time to say thank you to the C. Ray Hall and the Hall family for everything they've done in the racing community here in the Wichita area. They've done this. The Hall family bought 81 Speedway back in the 60s. I believe 64, I believe, is when they bought it. And my dad raced out there. My uncle raced out there. My dad and uncles pitted for the 1D of Don Renfro when he raced in the modified division out of 81 Speedway, and when he traveled all over Kansas to race. So my family has a lot of memories in 81 Speedway under the Hall legacy. So thank you to C. Ray Hall and everybody at 81 Speedway for allowing me to come into their house to record, and to give me the opportunity to bring this all to you. So thank you all for that. As for next year, like I said, 81 Speedway will be continued to be my primary track to record at. We will also continue to go to Humboldt Speedway and Salina Speedway. I am another thing that I slacked on this year was to get more of Salina and Humboldt on the channel, which did not happen because of my work schedule and my car, which I am in the process of this winter to get back in tune and to help me get out to Salina and Humboldt more often. So excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So, and a date has been set. The first race to hit the channel next year will be the battle at the Bull Ring at Humboldt Speedway with the B mods, and I believe they are racing for $9,000 to win. And the A mods will be racing that night as well. But the battle at the Bull Ring pretty much focuses just on the B mods, and they're going to be over 100 at least B mods, because there always are, and it's going to be cold. I'm going to be freezing my butt off at the end of the year to record, and freezing my butt off at the beginning of the year to record. But I am excited to get back out to Humboldt and record the battle of the Bull Ring. And since Humboldt Speedway has a company that comes in to record professionally, like I do with everything, especially with the USMTS shows that are getting ready to come up, I will wait 3 days before uploading any videos from those races, in respect to the companies that come in that have the contract to record those tracks and the races. So as a courtesy to the track and the company that they have, I will be mandating the 3-day wait before I start uploading my content. So I think that's about it on the schedule. Though the USMTS has confirmed that they will be doing a race at the Kansas State Fairgrounds in Hutchinson, Kansas, like they did earlier this year, which is exciting to go out and see the USMTS on the famous half mile of the fairgrounds. And I want to take this time to also thank not just Wastelink for everything they've done, Here and Now for their support this year, Big Corner Creative for coming on and making those beautiful logos that I had handed out to drivers to put on their cars, and you can see those at Humboldt Speedway, 81 Speedway, Salina Speedway, and and I hope to get some more made up, and I'll be handing those out during the banquet. Also, for the banquet for 81 Speedway, I'm going to talk to C-Ray and 81 Speedway to see if they will let me record the banquet, to share that with you all, to show the shenanigans that go on during the banquet. So that's going to be on the itemized list to add to the end of this year. Though once racing does end, that will not end the recording on the channel. I'll be searching out bands and high school sports to record and add those to the content and share those with you as well, just so the channel does not die for 4 months before it kicks back up again. Vlogs will be returning to the channel throughout the year, and I'll do those every Tuesday and Wednesday like I always do, which is going to be the plan. I will also do driver interviews, which I slacked on this year. Driver interviews will be hitting the channel, as well as post-race recaps, which was another thing that I really wanted to do this year, which I never didn't get to do. So we'll be adding all that to the channel. Next year is looking out to be a pretty big year for James Fermin videos, so hold on tight. We're growing. We're at 615 subscribers on the channel, which is amazing. I did not expect to get that far with the channel, and I hope to continue more. Hopefully hit that 1,000 subscriptions mark. Need to work on watch time, so if there's some races that you want to go back and watch as many times as you want, so it'll help me out. Another thing I am very excited for next year is that. I am very much looking forward to that. If you're not from Wichita area, a new baseball stadium is being constructed for a new AAA baseball team. A team name has not yet been announced yet, but should be in the next week or so. Should be released this month in November. So very much looking forward to that. Very excited. Cannot wait to catch some games at the new stadium. And I switched locations. I was at the Great Plains Center. I'm now just next to the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Wichita, on the Arkansas River, just so I can take a look at that. It is going up very fast. It is due to open in April next year, and they've done pretty quick work. They just laid the sod for the field yesterday, and I think they're still doing it today. Very, very much excited for the new baseball stadium. I forgot to thank some people while I was at the keeper. I want to thank Dustin Forsberg for his support this year. He sponsored the Model Light series on the channel under Crane Rental of Salina. I want to thank Dustin so much. Dustin Forsberg drives the 3D Model Light you may have seen on the channel, and I also want to thank the Moores, Lisa and Wes Moore, whose son Slade races the 9 Hornet division at 81 Speedway. I want to thank them for coming on and sponsoring the Hornet division as A1 Automotive out of Great Bend. Thank you so much. I am looking for sponsorship help for next year. If you own a business or a organization, you want to contribute to the channel, all the sponsorship opportunities will follow at the end of this video. So again, thank you to Wastelink, Hair and Now, Big Corner Creative, Crane Rental of Salina, and A1 Automotive for your support all year long. A1 Auto a little later on in the year, but I hope to continue our partnership and to next year with all those great businesses, and add a few more on the way. So again, cannot wait for 2020 to roll around. Like I said, I will be recording bands and maybe some high school sports next year, and I would like to record some baseball at the new stadium. So 2020 Wichita baseball, if you're watching. No, probably not. So again, thank you all for your support, all the great views, everybody that subscribed to the channel, everybody who watched, hit a thumbs up, anybody who's liked the Facebook page, follow me on Twitter. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, thank you all so much, and let's wrap this year up and get on into 2020. Until next time, have fun and